Always fun to be in front of your whole home crowd for the first time. I thought the energy in the stadium was electric. A lot of these guys, at least half of our team, have never played at King Kendrick Family Ballpark. So for them to feel the energy and some of the excitement at the end of the game was really cool. So proud of the team. We had 8 different pitchers toe the rubber and played at least 10 guys, which has been very common for us this season to use a lot of different players. And so did well. If you get the win, you're always fired up. What's up, Mace?
Was that sort of a plan to get that many pitchers a little bit of work in this game?
Yeah, it's always the plan on the midweeks if you can get some more touches and have players that hadn't pitched as much get the ball, but it's always going to be about winning at the end of the day. So Max Stifler was excellent in his first start as a Mountaineer ever. Went 3.1 innings with 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. You couldn't ask for him to do any better. Super proud of him. And there were some guys that hadn't pitched ever. Ben Hudson got the ball for an inning, did excellent. J.J. Glasscock got the ball for the first time in his career. Bryson Hoff in his 3rd outing as a Mountaineer. Fairman, probably his 3rd outing as a Mountaineer. David Hagan in his 2nd outing as a Mountaineer. And Tyler Hudson in his 2nd outing as a Mountaineer. So and Max Stifler his 3rd ever. So young guys getting the ball that competed really well. There's some bumps along the way that we need to clean up, but overall trying to learn more about your team. So it's a combination of winning the game and developing your pitching staff.
I asked the guys this, and obviously weather plays a factor, but can you remember getting a crowd like this early on in the year?
Never. I'd like to know the numbers as far as what it looked like, but the crowd was insane. I was telling the guys, this is only going to grow. You chose to come to West Virginia because of this atmosphere. And so if this is what it's like in February, imagine when the weather is wonderful, when you're playing conference games, this is what you guys signed up for. And so eventually, if you're going to be a Mountaineer baseball player, you have to learn to feed off of that energy and play better when the fans are here like that.
Why do you think your bullpen's having such success getting out of jams? You bring guys in with the bases loaded, 1 out, 2 outs. It wasn't just today, it was over the weekend too. What's led to that success?
The kids have done so well. I think it obviously starts with the staff. So Justin Oney, our pitching coach, and Chris Reilly, our director of pitching, have done an incredible job just preparing the pitchers in those situations. We take a lot of pride in practicing with intensity and trying to replicate situations that feel like big moments for players. And so you don't ever know why people are having success, but the work that goes in on a daily basis of maintaining 21 healthy arms, so much of it is psychological and mental with hitters, but as well certainly with the pitchers. So you have young players that are trying to perform at the height of their ability, and there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of desire to be great. There's ups and downs, and so to do what they've done up to this point, you just have to give a lot of credit to the staff and then obviously the individual performers and the kids that have had so much success.
Steve, how important was it to get Grant on base 3 times and have him see the ball leave the yard?
That was awesome. Monday against Lipscomb, he kind of got going again. He hit a double in the right center field gap and got cooking a little bit because he opened up the season very slow. He's had the best attitude, the best practice habits, and the best batting practice of his career by far. So he made some really big adjustments, and then that's the game of baseball. He opened up the spring very slow, and it's one of those things that's like, I'm pretty sure Grant deserves to be doing a lot better just of how he's kind of gone about his work. And so to see him on Monday find the barrel for a double, and then today huge insurance run for us late with the home run, and it kind of felt like business as usual, right? Like Grant Hussey hitting an opposite field homer with a gentle wind blowing out to left field. Like we've seen that story a lot, so it was great to get him back in the fold and show a little bit of his juice.
Logan's kind of been carrying over offensively a little bit from last year where he was good, and just this season has been on a heater, 3 for 5 today. What do you think has been working most importantly for him, and what was most important for him to hold on to from his experiences last year as a sophomore, kind of a leader of the team, stuff like that, to coming into this year?
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and I think more than anything is that he's just developed over the course of time. We probably would have seen even a better version of Logan, but he gets hit with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to the kneecap and breaks his knee sophomore year. So it just kind of stymied the growth overall, but he's super talented. He has some of the best plate discipline out of anybody in the nation. So traditionally, he swings at strikes and takes balls.
Yeah.
And if you can do that over the course of a lot of at-bats, you're going to have some success. And so today, I have ultimate faith in him. I want him to be aggressive. I want him to be a difference maker for us. We gave him 2 3-0 swings, which is pretty uncommon in college baseball. It's very aggressive play, and it can make you look like an idiot if you're not successful there, consistently. But over the course of the season, you want an offense that's aggressive, that knows that if someone makes a mistake in the middle of the plate, that you can do damage. So you give that early, even though in the third base box you're going like, guy might walk you if you don't swing there. You want Logan to have the confidence to leave the yard in a 3-0. So he swung twice 3-0. He flew out to right, which is the opposite of what you want in a 3-0. You want aggressive. If you miss on the pull side, get the barrel out front kind of thing. And so his next at bat was 3-0 as well, with a man on second or third, and he kind of got jammed and hit the fly ball to left field that ended up dropping. And so he was 1 for 2 in 3-0 count, so big success, but he didn't land on the barrel like he wants to. So just an evolution that he'll eventually be able to do.
Now at 8-0, how do you keep it from switching from the guys are having fun and there's momentum? How do you keep it from switching to now they're putting pressure on themselves to not lose and, unnecessary pressure on themselves?
Yeah, I think it's always just focusing on the opponent in front of you. The best thing about having some depth on this team is that there's people that are consistently working to become everyday players. And I don't know if that's going to happen necessarily with this team, because we're able to play with some matchups, righty, lefty, power, speed, some different options in the lineup. And so, but every day, Chase Swain gets in the lineup today for his first start at third base and has a big hit and plays well at third base. And Reinhardt gets in the game as a pinch hitter and hits a double. And Guzman's never hit in the leadoff spot, and he starts in right field. And Peraza got moved to the 5-hole on Monday against Lipscomb. So there's some moving pieces. So I think that depth creates the competition that keeps the players highly motivated. I think the players that have been playing every day, Skylar King, Sam White, Brody Kresser, Logan Save, is strategically up the middle. So you have these veteran players that kind of know what it takes to be good every day and what the expectations are. And literally our corners have been somewhat interchangeable up to this point, other than Grant Hussey, who's played the majority of the innings. So I think that's really important for us when it comes to just staying motivated throughout and focusing on just getting better and playing good baseball. I don't think we'll take anything for granted at this point.
We know Logan's been hitting well, but also he got that throw out in the first inning to help Mac get out of the little jam. How do you like how he's just like a leader to the young pitchers on the staff?
He's incredible. I've said in some other interviews, just really selfless, certainly the captain, the leader. Him and Sam White kind of run the joint, it feels like. And then Brody Kresser at shortstop is ultra consistent. He brings the same energy and effort every single day. But Logan's been great. When he catches, he truly gives to every pitcher. Like, there is no, I like this guy better, I don't jive with his personality. He's one of those unique individuals that whether you're a freshman that's trying to figure it out or a grad senior, he can kind of get along with everybody. He's just one of those personalities that is very easy to root for, and you know that Logan is rooting for you. Like, every pitcher knows that Logan really wants them to do well, so having somebody behind the plate like that is unique.
You mentioned, keeping Grant going through a little bit of a slow start, and your pitchers, even though they might not have always been shut down when they came into those key situations, you haven't given up big innings. It's been one run here and there. Are those things that you emphasize that say, hey, even if you aren't perfect, you can still be successful doing those kind of things, keeping us in the game?
I can't take credit for that. I know the amount of conversations, mental training, individual focus of each pitcher is at a unusually high level with Chris Reilly and Justin Oney. It's all they do. They have no hobbies. They have nothing going on. They literally manage 21 healthy arms all day. I was thinking about it 2 or 3 days ago, just of how well the pitchers have been prepared coming into the game. And when you have 18 to 22-year-olds and there's 21 of them, there's just so many things in every single one of those guys' lives. So you're figuring out like their health, their pitches, their parents, their agents, their advisors, their distractions, their academics. And so there's just so many things in each life. So you're like really trying to get a pulse on each individual. And some of those decisions of who to bring in certain moments is based on that pulse. It's not necessarily their talent. It's not necessarily their breaking ball. It's kind of like, where's this guy at right now? And so I just feel like having that 2-man team working with the pitching staff has been a difference maker for us.
Good. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.